playoffs.
Lock in.
The LCK
Varus banned from Guma.
like
Makes
Gumayusi
sense.
ban and just
Kalista Prio's got to be high here. You don't want to give
strong
T1
meta
Kalista
ban,
on
not
red. That
always
is
first
crazy.
picked with some of the other really strong champions. You
Kalista,
can
Ashe,
one in this meta.
Jhin,
the Gwen, the Jace.
Guma's been practicing a lot of
Fury,
Ezreal as well.
but
He
it
put
feels
like
a strong
150
blue-side
games into
ban
Ezreal in solo queue when people said he couldn't play it.
His
His most played champion solo queue right now.
taken away as well, so we could see
He's been
potentially
grinding, he's been
Sponge
grinding.
Looking available.
I think Nefiri ban is good.
We mentioned it earlier.
I also think Nidalee is a really OP champ for SpongeBob.
Looks like T1
Need to be careful of SpongeBob Nidalee.
very beginning.
Kalista ban against Guma. Chase, Rumble, Nefiri, Vi. Oh, Vi's out. Talia's out.
Talia taken away.
That's a
Gwen
big pick
said
for
she wanted
Yukal. You can
Talia.
understand up and available.
Azir is up as well now.
I just think it might be a trap. It is only
If you
one
take
game
Nefiri,
thus
they're going to get
far.
Azir Chase.
Option
Faker
to
Azir,
be
do you want to
there,
play against it?
We're at
They
the
took
clock, and
Nefiri.
it is Nefiri that's locked in.
OP
so they're
champ.
not going to risk like a
They have so many
risk.
options.
T1
Rumble, Ashe, Azir, Jace, Skarner. Oh my god. Rumble. Rumble is here.
And then Rich Faker smile.
Yukal, don't play
Yeah,
Corki,
there's a
please.
smirk.
Yeah,
Yukal, don't play Corki, please.
Jace,
Jace, nice.
Strong
Ooh, Jace
early.
Aurora, I
Can
like that.
dominate that lane. The Fury
Talk to me, owner.
relies a lot on
Poppy
Prio
jungle,
to make
thoughts?
a lot of rotation. The Jace feels good here.
Maybe a
We have
Pantheon?
seen
What are you
Aurora
thinking?
win lane into Azir. Now,
Lee
it is
Sin,
Yukal
go on,
versus
go crazy.
Faker.
Don't pick
You know, it's not
Skarner. Don't be boring.
2018.
No
But,
Skarner.
it is
No Skarner, no Maokai, no tank duty for owner.
Yukal right now against a Faker
Come
whose
on.
form is currently unknown.
Sin's out. Fuck
But
with.
I
Nice.
do like for DRX.
bit of balance,
we
a
were
bit in the middle.
A little bit on the fence about Nefiri.
All right,
but
Guma, what you
they've
gonna
got
play?
two soul.
I mean,
Ashe
this
and Corki.
T1 draft
What is it?
So far, home with their
Actually,
slippers
MF
on,
is
you know,
pretty good here as well, I think.
Comfortable.
Second best jungler that
I
we
feel like
had throughout
if you
the
ban
tournament.
Jhin, they ban Ashe, you go
Just way more
Kate, I think GG,
consistent,
no?
Have played
It's
a
Ashe
decent
Jhin
amount of
trade.
Kai'Sa throughout their career. Or
It's a
just
Jhin
Ashe,
for
which is
free
the
on
last
4.
mainstay
I think you should take it.
relevant AD carry
They'll
here.
play
We've
Corki.
gone kind of deep down the pool
Don't
here.
go Xayah.
See what Guma wants to go for.
I can
in
see
his
Xayah
first game
Rakan, but I
back.
also just
Yeah,
don't see
we are
Xayah
in the
Rakan, you know?
weeds.
Yeah. Certainly
Now
one
they go
that,
Corki and he counts big
people
support.
like you.
The amount of
Good
DPS
pick.
that you...
They have Jhin Zhao.
So this Jhin
True.
angle...
Or what you
As
got for
she
me,
will
Carrier? You got a
not be
little
able to
poppy
have
cooking?
that combo
You got a little poppy?
moving forward.
I kind of want
See
some
what Carrier's
engage
trying
with
to
this
pick up.
Rumble.
Damage you
That is
mentioned
Faker,
Azir is gonna
Azir,
bring to the
Guma, Jhin,
table.
Doran,
I think
Rumble.
does fit the bill for what
Owner's
they're
in
trying
now.
to
That
do.
is hard. Don't forget to subscribe.
Have managed to
draft
get
is
some
pretty
vision
even.
down.
I think slightly T1 favorite though.
Sort of
I feel like Alistar cooks all their champs.
percent of the time
Ow.
reloading.
The fuck happened mid?
Something like that, but
I wonder if T1 will swap
it's
top
very
at
strong.
minute
It has
4.
been buffed repeatedly.
Since now starting bottom.
And Aurora can win out those trades early. It's level 2 for
Oh
Carrier.
yeah, cook his
Yeah,
ass.
gets a pulverize here. It's Deadly Flourish out, and Andil is in trouble. Lit on
gonna have to
fire
flash?
here.
Yeah, he
Holds
is.
the flash until the last
Okay, bot
second.
lanes are linking them.
Anymore.
He W'd him
See how
into the
Teddy's
wall and
going to
leveled
be
up
able
at the
to
same time.
survive this.
Nice timing.
Having a look in
Andil
at,
has no
Rich
Hex Flash on
versus
Rel.
Doran. This is a matchup, like, I mean, this
Why?
is a champion. He's already good at it that time.
Yukal trying to deny the cannon here.
Closing the gap yet again.
Ooh.
Another electrocute proc. He only needs to hit another
Yukal put
ability and
2
a half,
points in
and
Q.
He will be able to take down Faker.
He has no
and in the
timing.
end, is able to deny a cannon.
Yeah,
No
the
E.
timing of this as
Now
well.
he has
Faker's
E.
trying to get healthy means.
Oh
that
yeah,
Yukal
the
could
pincer
potentially
mid.
do this again. Now here comes Owner.
Good
and
timing
Carrier.
from both
I
of them.
think Yukal may need to use some abilities.
Oh my
He
god, Carrier
flashes,
is too
Sponge
clean.
is here, but Yukal
Carrier
is
is
really
too
dead.
clean.
That is going to be
Holy
first blood
fuck,
going
man,
over
he
to
read him
Owner.
like a book. That was
And
disgusting.
just a
What
little
the
greedy
fuck?
is
What
good old
the
Yukal.
fuck?
Oh,
Even
Yukal-
at any time.
He knew exactly where Aurora
But
was
it is
flashing the
cool to
W.
also give that spawning, but
Mickey
he's in the
X
bottom
over
lane
Carrier.
without
You shut the
teleport,
fuck
so
up.
never mind. That's not going to really pay too much of a difference here. As Owner now in trouble. Only level
He's
5.
dead.
As Sponge goes untargetable, but Owner's
Yukal
very
drops
targetable.
mid-wave and just
It's
gets here
it's
first.
Yukal that
Right,
grabs
Carrier's
that
dead as
kill
well,
here
maybe?
as Carrier
No.
has to get out of there, and these grubs
He dropped
belong
away
to
for that.
DRX.
They're
Well
simply
played by
not
Yukal.
available.
Faker hitting level 7 here in the mid lane, and just slowly but surely farming up towards that Azir critical mass.
They're really trying to play through the fact that Faker has a lot of control right now. Owner has level 6. And they're getting a lot of value out of this. Doran coming over as well. T1
Owner
just get a
smurfing.
lot of pressure done. Take the
Into
Raptors,
the top
come
fight,
over here,
but this invade
pull
is
this
really
red
good.
buff back. And they don't see Teddy
Rumble's
right
here,
now, but they
Azir's
can
here.
reasonably assume a rotation over
Guma
for
is
Sponge,
weak
but there's
side.
nothing.
Shouldn't carry a base and just run
is
top.
A little bit of a safe.
He's looking for a kill on
Feels really
Aurora.
good if you are the solo
Look at Carrier sniffing for this Aurora, look.
Duo,
Oh.
and you're winning out.
Oh, Carrier going for it once again here as Yukal
Oh, he's
trying
under.
to use his wall here, and
It's kind of hard there. Faker ults the Aurora that way, she just goes into her ult and
damage
flies
from
across,
trade.
right? It's kind of...
But putting that ult started.
This Drake
Just
fight's
so
a bit
tough
hard for
without the
DRX.
Aurora ult.
He's in the top lane without
Carrier's level
equalizer
4.
available.
Guma's almost level 8.
So won't be able to affect
He's a solo
this
laner.
fight here as Yukal once again softening up Carrier. He's only level 4.
Why, he stole
that's
it.
a steal from Sponge. And Ona now trying to get out of there, but I don't know whether he's going to be able
Rich.
to. They just close
Kinda
the
cooking.
gap on that
Faker.
Faker looks for
Gets
the
the Fury.
Empress Ride, he gets it.
Oh my god, that champ.
Goes on
Oh,
target,
Kyria!
flashes
Maybe a bit
from
too quick.
Kyria. Kyria will be taken down. It's Andal against the kill.
Rumble
but now
should get him.
Right on top of this teleport.
No, that TP is taking longer than my fucking career.
They've been called. Doesn't land onto Sponge for the last
Wow, they're
bullet.
all out,
It's
and they got the Drake and a kill.
And
What?
TP's in for.
They get
And as the turn
outsmited.
comes through, they're looking for Owner. He's got Crescent Guard up. Baker
The ult
hits
is
the
good,
Neferi,
but
then Sponge
Neferi has
just
W
presses
and flash.
walks out. Carrier goes in for the play, but there's too many people to block the Jhin damage, so Sponge gets out, and then the
Did Carrier
ult is
Q
blocked
flash on
again
top of
here,
himself?
so
He like
Guma
W'd
just
and Q
unable to
flashed
get
or what?
anything, and Doran TP's in for
I think he tried to do the same combo.
And Sponge, well, yeah, they get
Owner?
Dragon, they're looking for more.
Well, Carrier only level 5 here. And Sponge still trying to keep it interesting, but T1 should be able to get two of them. Good untargetable there as Andal. He's got other
That
things
champ.
on his mind. Shattering Strike comes down as Doran uses a very defensive ultimate. Yukao still doing a lot of damage, though, as we can see, as Sponge is just bouncing around the rift.
Oh, double
Another
TP.
teleport to come in, this time from Faker. And Rich has followed suit, looking for an angle here as this
We're fighting to the
scuffle
death
will
here.
continue.
Andal's completely good.
Faker bleeding for now, but it's Andal that's the
Oh my
target.
god, that
He will be
damage. What
taken
the
out
fuck?
immediately. It's traded though as Ona. That's a phenomenal ult, but I think he's still dead. The bleed is ticking, and
Wait,
he's still
T1's
going to be
getting
taken
cooked
out.
in
That
these
is
fights.
a Yukao this game.
And remember,
Mega fed.
too, at the
DRX a
beginning
good
of the
team, by the
fight,
way.
Yukao had an opportunity to ult to kill Doran and decided
Their first
not
debut.
to use it because he knew there was higher
Oh,
value.
What?
What a
Yukao.
sick
I knew
play
you
there
could do
from
that, but I
Yukao.
didn't. I forgot you could do that.
2018
I swear, sometimes
Seems like it.
Yukal is like
And,
closer.
I mean,
sometimes against the
With how
top
well
teams, he
Sponge
just
is playing this
completely
early game
carries
too,
alone.
DRX looking fantastic.
And sometimes he's just
Another
completely
play is going to
AFK.
go, but yeah, you from DRX.
I feel
Yeah.
like Xin Zhao can't be a
Sponge
good
starting to
answer
pick
to
up
Neferi,
some of
right?
these resets in these
Like,
fights as
Neferi
well. You can see
out-damages you, and your
0-0-3
ult
now.
has no
Does
effect
have
against
his
her in
eclipse
teamfights because she
completed.
ult you.
And the Neferi doing
feel
what
like
it
the
says on
interaction
the
is
tin,
not
or what
that
we
good for
expected
Xin Zhao.
the tin to say, so I don't
Big
think they
gold lead
really
in top.
need to worry about it
I mean,
too
Faker
much.
has Leandry's now.
I mean,
Scaling on their side.
He has W for the
so
Alistar combo,
DRX
right?
need to keep up the pace.
But that chunk is good.
And yes, they're winning now, but it's only by 1.2.
I think
so
Rich needs to land
small
some poke.
victories.
we're singing another heist angle. He is in the pit. Owner is going to spot him out. These daggers are not connecting. Rich on
Oh,
that
he
flank
W'd
angle,
the
but he's
knock-up.
on that ward. And
Oh, nice
headbutt
headbutt.
out. No
Nice
Magna Storm
headbutt
for
by
you, Andal.
Carrier. That
Still
was
Carrier
crazy.
taking a lot of damage. That is going to be the Drake going over to Owner. Somehow that shock blast
Maybe flash?
is actually going to miss. That's going to force Rich to flash away. Some decent damage here for the between
Oh,
worlds,
big W
but
by
the
Guma.
answering deadly flourish is too
Cooked
good.
it.
And there is the shutdown.
at this point, the fight is clearly over.
Well, there's an Emperor's Divide.
There's a
Rich
TP
cannot
from
go to
Aurora,
the
but she has
skies
no ult.
because he's been to the skies recently.
Not
Yukal is
sure
going
if
to
he
come
can kill
down
him.
and see
Oh
what he
my
can
god,
do
the
here.
execute.
Doran is dead.
Oh,
Faker
Yukal.
is under the turret, sets up his own, but I think
Q.
Yukal will have enough
Oh,
damage
Faker
to
flashed
finish
it.
this off. It's going to take a bit of time
Faker.
as he flashes as
Oh
well.
my god, the
Finally,
auto attacks
order
to death. It
comes
took so
in,
long for that tower
and
to
it's a
set up.
double. Just died.
That tower
I think
takes
that's
forever
pretty
to
good
start hitting, doesn't it?
reparations there.
Actually, but
The fuck is
he
Rich
does have
doing?
a teleporting Yukao coming through, and he lives long enough to where this ends up
Actually, you know
being
what?
a
I
double
respect
for
it,
Yukao.
but that was
The
disgusting.
electric proc is actually what does Doran in. Sadly for him, and then Faker kills
He put
the
tower
turret,
up
sets the
now.
Sun Disc, but
It's still
unfortunately, there's
building,
just
still
not
building, still
enough
building,
time to
still
survive
building,
here,
still
even though
building.
Yukao taking
Complete.
that turret aggro doesn't do that much damage.
Doesn't get an
Getting
auto
the
off.
bone plating at the right timing does a whole lot. Not going to be able to find that dagger there, though, is Deadly
Ooh,
Flourish
W into
now
ult.
onto Teddy. He's going to have to get out of here. Does use the barrier. And Sponge tanking a
What?
few of these shots up. And my
Did the
God.
Fury W and it went through her?
Welcome back, Gum.
Overcome what is going to be
Aurora
a late
is
game
insanely
scaling.
strong
Faker
right now.
is the question, right?
I don't know, man.
Eliminations just yet,
Obviously,
but,
DRX are kind of favored right now.
The accuracy
but
has been
not by
quite
much.
nice on his flirt and call.
It's not the easiest
So
for Aurora
that's
to
a
get a
good
lot of
sign
damage
for
out.
what the rest of these
Her
team
targets
fights
are
look like
Rumble and
later
Azir,
on when he's
basically.
got this.
Back of that play.
I thought he went
There's some
Collector
build here
into
from
Rapid
Rich
Fire.
as
He went
well with
Yomus.
the
Should he go
Shojin
Yomus because they have no
first and
frontline or what?
Swifties.
Is
able to
Bloodletter's
complete
Curse a
that one,
good
to be
item
able to
against-
shred some more. That feels nice.
I
Faker,
don't know
who
what I feel
just
about
now
Bloodletter's
got his
Curse. Sometimes
Nashers
I
as
just
well.
never see it, and other
So
times I
Two
see
out
it
of
just
spikes
paired with
coordinated
Leandry's.
between the
To give them a little
The
bit more
team-wide
space
void
up there would be ideal.
Yeah, but at this point in the game, is it a good
But
second
T1
item?
also don't want a true punish.
Is this
because
just gonna
obviously there
be
was the
this is
Yukao
just gonna be
double that
Drake
followed
fights
it,
or what?
And he's just been able
I
to
don't
sit
feel
down
like
here to
either side
take
has
the
like the
turret out,
damage
has
to
been able
rush an
free push
Atakan.
and free farm.
Maybe
He's
T1 does
300
with
gold
Azir,
behind
but
Doran,
not
who's up
yet.
2 kills on him.
be able to work. We'll just have to see right
Okay,
now.
a bit of damage.
Andal once I've seen this one before.
They keep
He's
almost
gonna-
killing him.
Yeah, he's going to crash down over that wall again after
they
the
ignited him.
ignite comes in, but this time Owner is going to follow. He presses ult, wind becomes lightning, bullets become attached
I mean,
to
they got
Teddy,
Rel Flash and a lot of chunk on
and
Corki.
Andal's
It's
gonna
probably
walk his
good.
way out. So
Flash taken away from
Maybe
Ando,
they
which
can
is
get
very
rid of tier
big
1,
for
but it
Rel.
doesn't look like it.
a Baron coming up.
Yukao.
This is Yukao. Oh, there's another.
If he dies here, GG.
Carrier really wanted to pick up player of the match today, and I'll give it to him.
Shut down and
That's
Atakan. That's game.
Down the kill
Because they'll have Atakan for Drake. Soul point. I feel like they outscale as well.
They can get whatever.
Let's see if DRX can cook them though.
Carrier
They're gonna have to play a 4v5, but the
again
strongest person is Aurora.
with some shock blast angles,
flash.
potentially that equalizer. Great spot, but Faker just wipes them off it. And he'll try to stay alive, and he will fail.
Teddy coming up here. Rich has this turret.
I don't know what the fuck.
God.
What is T1 doing? Are they just going to send the
dive?
dive?
That's the question. The answer is no, because he's going to be dead. Carrier diving in.
I guess T1 just dove them in every tower.
Doggo's on the ground. Teddy, another one of these doggos, is going to be in a bit of trouble as Carrier is down to one.
He didn't find a road. He found a sidewalk, but that sidewalk.
His way out. The flash comes in from Teddy.
Show me E. You have W.
That should still keep him alive.
Oh my God, Yucal! What? What? What the fuck was that?
That Otacon is going to be okay. Deadly Flourish coming on in here as the one-two
punch,
and it's a double. Teddy, I don't know
space.
about that one though. The captive audience goes off, and I think Teddy knew that he was dead.
What the fuck? The Aurora just one-tapped him.
Punishes.
I feel like T1 had a free Otacon and a free top tier one.
Guarantees there's no real ability to actually Otacon without a jungler. You know, they had a lot of damage there, but taking out Otacon take, but Teddy does give his life for it, and we reset.
Well, Andal crashing forward, and the curtains, they have been called. Andal, I mean, he's just dead.
He's hitting him from a different screen. Oh, he didn't
Sponge
W.
A little bit late on that untouched, as he's now spotted.
Yucal is still big.
Oh, okay. Carrier is going to try and get in there. Sponge going on
Faker,
targetable.
nice
Emperor's
play.
Divide is going to throw Yucal in. He pops on over.
I feel like Aurora is their only damage.
Likely to go down, but I think that's
and
a
she's
decent
never
trade.
really in a 5v5.
They've taken down the jungler as well. Not sure what Teddy was doing.
Where
DRX played well, but
I think
they just got caught a little bit too much.
Vision,
like Andal's getting perma-caught even though he only died once.
Here with no real
Yucal got caught. Where's
Corki
Corki in this game?
Kill support and then also
is he just insanely weak or what?
Go over. DRX
I feel like he was handshaking midwaves all game, but he just has no damage.
Trying to fight risky Baron really wasn't with the control they had, and I mean I don't know if they might just win the game off this.
Well, Ona once again going in, gets the knock up, and down goes the doggo. The curtains have been called, and it may just be curtains on this game. Faker picking up a kill to start this one off. Carrier tanking as much as he would like. Remember, they have the withdraws at the same time, as Guma not quite able to land that one, but he flashes forward, and that should finish off the kill under Rich.
It's crazy that this dragon has been up for about 3 minutes.
His buddies are no longer here.
T1 just haven't touched it. It's soul point.
Because he did have a GA. He's
5
got
for
3
0
items.
GA.
This Zinzao is
they just
so
haven't done
incredibly
Drake.
large. They take the inner turret and
draws that they have.
Yeah, Guma's playing well, I think.
There's like no loss here. There's
I would say
there's no reason not to go in. And
I would say Owner made a lot of silly mistakes this game, but
yeah, this is all of a sudden
not the end of the world, right?
I
think Yucal played really well
controlling the map
in finding windows to get kills to open the map a bit.
Faker now looking for an
but since he got caught on that blue buff, I feel like he's been
somehow. I didn't even see that. Double pulverize
a bit out of the game
from Carrier.
in every fight.
The layering
this shield's gonna hurt.
equalizer is not quite enough, but that doesn't matter. I don't know about the ulti there from Yucal, but I think he was just really, really scared. And who would blame him?
I remember when Jin first got released and I saw the ult and I was like, holy fuck, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
The early game was okay. Yucal kind of got fed, and then it mattered about 0.
T1 are just so good at playing the map, so good at playing around vision. Their coordination is matched by very few teams in the world as Teddy is trying to hold the wave. He's dead.
I mean, he might actually kill both of them.
Big kill, Teddy.
Doran comes in with a scrap shield, so he at least has
some damage. Level 8. Nah, I feel like I said, the DRX roster is like solid. I think their jungle, mid, AD are good.
You know, a lot of AD
I just feel like Andal sometimes in these big games is very lost. When they play against bottom to mid-tier teams, Andal is like not bad, you know, he's like very... He's very like workable. But when he plays against T1s, Gen Gs, Hummerlives, he is just lost.
Zinzao is
I think he has like still got a bit of nerve problems or something.
Good at this champion. It's good to see that what we
Even
were
though he's
saying
been the LCK for like 2 years. He had the
of,
same thing when he was on KDF last year.
Exemplified with an Infinity Edge and a Lord Dom, so he's doing plenty of damage now. Doran might need to be a little bit careful, I guess, but maybe he also doesn't. As Ona goes in, almost 3 taps. Sponge gets in another couple, and Faker is the one that actually finishes it off.
They outscale, they're better team fight, they're further ahead.
Carrier looking for a bit of an angle here. He'll be able to get there, and my God, the damage of this Zinzao is obscene.
Bro, Guma,
and it's actually
solid game.
Gumayusi that finishes
really
off
solid
a bunch
game
of
from
these
Guma.
kills. Doran maybe move a little
Very
bit
few
further
mistakes,
out,
I would say.
Die to the Nexus turrets, but it doesn't matter. It's an ace. That's going to be the Nexus going down, and T1
like,
in their first game.
When it came to Guma and Smash, the meta was very Ezreal, Corki, Kai'Sa, you know? Kalista. Now the meta, Ezreal, Corki got a little bit nerfed. I think the meta now is like Varus, Kalista, Ashe, Jhin, Ezreal. So it's shifted a little bit into Guma's favor, I would say, meta-wise, like from an outside perspective. Also, what happened was Guma was criticized for not playing Ezreal. So when he was criticized, he went into solo queue and played 90 games of Ezreal straight. Like, you can see he hasn't played Ezreal much recently. When he got benched, he went into solo queue and played 90 games of Ezreal straight. So I think his Ezreal is probably workable now. This is the thing with, like, that people miss when it comes to subbing out ADs or subbing out players. If you get subbed out, you can have your own public opinion of, like, no, he should play, he should play. But the player that gets subbed out instantly, like, works their fucking ass off. So, you know, Ezreal, Kai'Sa, his 2 most played champs in solo queue, when those are the 2 champs that he was benched for not playing, kind of. And then he has these champs, which are very meta heavy, which he's ready with. So he's put work into Ezreal. The meta shifted a bit. I think overall, gameplay-wise aside, like, it's a good patch for Guma, I would say. Also Zeri, I think his Zeri wasn't the best either, but that was also meta. It got a bit better over time. But the meta right now as well is also in Fearless game 3s and game 4s and game 5s, Caitlyn prio goes up a lot as well. So I think right now, meta's good. But the thing is, I don't know why people are so upset about the 6-man roster. I feel like the biggest strength that T1 have is if Smash is a good Ezreal, Kai'Sa, Zeri player, and Guma is like the Varus, Ashe, Jhin player, then in Fearless you can sub in and out and change your drafts like pretty easily. They have 2 different styles, you know. Vi is up.
He could potentially carry.
What else is up?
But I'm seeing
yeah, I think it is.
Where
I
you
think it is
certainly
Vi
could
first
just
pick, yeah.
lock the Vi.
Owner Poppy's out.
You know, there's something that's really
Owner,
difficult
don't
to be
pick
written in
Nidalee.
chat. This guy
Don't
says,
pick
Atlas,
Nidalee.
if you no,
Ambessa
I read his
Fedora,
message.
nice.
He's just banning you from saying
Maokai?
no, you can't.
Okay,
Ambessa, MF.
Ambessa.
Could pick
This is where
Ahri or
he's gonna have
Talia
to
here.
show
Pretty
that he
solid
can
for
play
you,
more
Cal.
of that
Fake
carry
would have to
style.
match
It
mid on
hasn't really
3.
been the way
Could match
T1
top as well.
has looked. Oh, he did have
Cassandre
a
or some
decent,
shit. I don't know.
Rumble game, I
Nar.
guess.
I want to see, but standard and
Aatrox.
quite strong. So
Yeah, Viari classic.
it's
Sylas into Ahri is a classic matchup.
Really expecting the Talia to come
You'll
in.
all
It
remember
felt like it
Faker's
was
trade on
already
Chovy.
so
Was it in the
powerful
finals
into
where he
the amount
dashed in and took him to like 1
dashing
HP?
that has been,
Or the semis?
set up, but,
It was in the semis? Yeah, semis.
So you took away the
Kai'Sa
Ezreal,
Zaya ban.
safe, took away the
What
Kai'Sa
combos
that
you have
works well
bot
with the
now?
dive, and he took away the
Ezreal's,
Zaya, because they have
Kai'Sa,
Ambessa, they have
Zaya,
Sylas,
Jhin,
so they have their
they
own
have
version
Ashe,
of
I
Die,
guess.
even though DRX
I think they're kind of fine.
the
100%
Skarner, Nocturne.
Nocturne going to be taken away from
It's got to be a Pantheon
Interesting
flex.
to see the Nocturne
Or
down there. I mean,
or
it's
a
owner
Viego. But I don't like the
classic,
Viego.
They're not
I
running
feel like they need a Maokai or a...
and it's a lot
or a
of match damage
Pantheon
you
or
could argue
something.
with the DRX's
Why is he
composition
laughing?
at bay.
What is
Works
it,
well with
owner? What is it?
Misfortune.
Nidalee.
No Nidalee.
Is it
No
just
Nidalee.
Nidalee
I
time?
actually
Does
ban
Owner
you
just-
from
he's
playing
having a
Nidalee,
giggle.
owner.
It might just be his...
Oh, it's Owner Lee Sin.
Oh, way more
It's
fun.
the Lee Sin.
Way more fun.
Ooh-wee.
And we had the
Owner Lee
Guma
Sin.
Classic in the
Ooh-wee.
Jhin. This
I feel
with
like you
whatever.
can just go
Never
Ashe.
mind. His Vi is already locked in. So we just need a
Rakan.
bottom lane
Oh,
here
Nautilus
from
open.
DRX into scrap. in
Ashe
this
is
game
also
number
not the
2.
best
Yeah.
into Sylas. He gives her an
Leona
arrow.
is available.
What do you got for me, Teddy?
Could be one of
Sivir?
the better into everything else.
No, we're still going to go Ashe.
Braum actually feels pretty sick
I don't
here,
like the
though.
Braum.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
They
That's
go Rakan on
pretty
5.
strong.
These champions,
Rakan
like
is kinda
Ahri
chilling.
is very mobile. Vi is not necessarily the target you want. She can engage
The
on you
Rakan
as
is
well and
chilling.
lock you in lane
Why
performance.
pick
But
Rakan?
we've already
Rakan
seen
is great
Yukao
into
come
Braum.
lane. He already did in game 1.
Rakan struggles
very
against
much
champs
in
with
form right
point and
now,
click
and
CC
Aatrox
that
is
can
one of
lock
his
him
old
down
favorites,
and
even
stop
though
him from being
sometimes
mobile.
his performance is on it
But
in the
Braum
past,
can't do
but,
that. He needs
reason
time to ramp up
eyebrows,
CC.
he does
So
like to
Rakan
play
can
it.
fast
I think
straight
by
into
now
Braum
he's definitely a lot
and
more
out-sustain
well-versed
him.
on it than he was. Still a
and he
stronger
can go in
team.
and
I
get
think
out
they're
really
still
easy. You know, I think this is definitely a game that T1 can lose. I don't like Sylas Lee Sin against Ahri Vi.
I
feel like Sylas Lee Sin just
it
doesn't like have much cohesion. But Sylas is good into Ahri and Owner's a really good Lee Sin, so by itself it makes sense.
Yeah, this is like, maybe we should be talking about that sort of stuff.
Yukao, good
Yukao once
trading.
again, really finding the
Very
angles.
nice
There's
trading.
that
He doesn't play Electrocute on Sylas.
And already trading very
Like,
well.
what can Braum do to
He's
Rakan
got,
really? Like,
you
that
know,
guy's...
Another
quite annoying.
matchup where he
Back should be a-okay. You can see only 4 minions behind or something like that. As oh dear, Doran in a little bit of trouble. One more, and the flashes need to be
Good flash by
traded.
Doran.
Doran
He's getting
will survive,
clapped in
but
this
is
matchup,
looking
though. Wait,
dicey.
why did he walk back up?
Oh my
Why
god,
did he
no.
walk?
Oh my
god,
god,
if there
the
was a
healing
no
from
die.
Cookies and second
If he
wind
died,
and
I
Doran
would've
shield.
lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, just walks
4 minute
right
swap.
back in.
Again.
That could
Faker
actually
needs to
just
be
mean
back
a
soon.
plate go minion
Faker
here. There
Sylas is a
goes.
classic,
You very
though.
rarely see like
What a classic.
5-minute lane. Used his whole
That World
mana
Final
bar, isn't able
Sylas
to
game
get kill
2 or
pressure
game
on
3 or game
Faker,
4,
but
whichever
pushes
the
him
fuck it
back
was.
enough to where he's going to
Game
have
4,
the
I
free
think.
back here so well
Iconic.
that he's generating a
Against Doran here.
I wish I could interview, like, Viper.
And Doran
I always want to ask him, why do you all swap top at minute 4?
Chronicle would say
Is it just for grubs? That's it? But it's so early as well. I guess it is just for grubs. They don't value first Drake at all. No one. No one in the LCK gives a fuck about first Drake. Everyone will just fist fight grubs no matter what.
Pretty good for can press an R button because he still doesn't have that one available. One grub has now been
Ash is losing the whole. Oh my god, it's a horror for DRX.
Goes wide. That could
Look at Ash, she's losing the whole top wave. They have to fight here, DRX, and win.
From Sponge.
Oh, DRX is so cooked. Ash just lost 10 CS or some shit for that.
Not able to get any.
Oh, this is a horror.
Hijack from Faker
That's
was
a
actually
horror from bot lane at least.
Just pushes UCal away. They're able to get the faster group there. And it's just moments like that where you're like, sure, 200 gold down, doesn't matter.
Whole wave was crashing top.
He's just going in. Owner might be able to take away the blue buff, but no,
Owner's 6 though.
As once, no insects.
Can hover top still though. Brown no flash. Yeah. Can maybe look for it. Q on the minion.
He is down
More
his
jump
flash
kick.
though. Played that
if he cancels your base, you can kick him.
Faker down on CS, down on gold, like I was saying, but makes the play to
he stays.
end up getting a positive.
Rod of Ages on
T1 is
they're both building
very
Rod of Ages.
high bar. Still, in the
still,
mid lane,
look at this chat. 9 minutes 30. No one's on Drake.
Just drops that one down.
No one's even right-clicked
there, really.
The objectives.
Grubs are in 140. Like, Owner could do Drake right now.
But now Sponge has an
but he's going to go to Grump.
Presses it. The charm is going to be found here, and this is the Ari Vi combo. Not a lot Faker can do.
No,
goes down very low, but
right
DRX,
down.
I mean,
I don't know why they just don't do it. Like, I feel like Owner had a free Drake the last minute.
Looking really clean, looking really good.
Maybe he's clicking it now.
With carry blood and only
lost Drake, Tonex would have 2 by now.
Some of the damage done in lane and
so true.
Big spikes here
DRX is gapping lane phase.
Rod of Ages.
I mean, I think Doran's been a bit sketchy, but bot lane I think has won both games.
Yep. Here for UCal.
Mid lane, I would say that lane phase-wise, UCal was ahead both. Another grubs
that Sponge will need to try and contest.
T1 need to evacuate.
Why are they waiting?
Actually, I mean, they will just be chain CC.
Top lane's pushing in. They have to do this quick.
Real.
4-2. T1 going to have some void.
4 for 2 grubs, pretty solid for T1. They have first
good.
Drake as well. But Silas is a bit behind.
T1 helps secure
he probably has Roa in base right now.
And that gives them the 4 but
I mean, the Lee Sin pick is like it's a dangerous pick because your team fight is very skill reliant, right? And 4 of their champs have a dash, so that Ash is going to get kicked in the head.
The 600 gold.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared for T1, you know, like if I look at these solo lane champs, I much prefer Aatrox Ari to Ambessa Silas in this game.
Sponge with a wraparound.
Oh,
I feel like Ambessa Silas have such a hard time to teamfight against Vi Ash Brown. But Ari Aatrox can run against MF Rakan easy.
Gets the quickness down, and Sponge is now the target. Infernal Chains, not really doing too much as Andal. He comes down, nice arrow.
I love it how they all tried to like dodge or block it.
As it sails by. Maybe
but it was their own team's arrow.
Sponge.
Oh, Faker
finding some chains here, looking for the solo kill onto UCal, but once again, it's going to be a charm landing. Meanwhile, more fighting here towards the bottom side of the map as the flash over the wall there, and another stand beside me. T1
one kill at 15 minutes, Drake's up in 20. They just used ults there, T1.
Just almost
but Ari ults on cooldown.
He's kind of him
to catch the wave, push out, and they just drop Drake, I guess.
He's making me a
okay, Faker's got a lot of free time in bot here, and Ari has no TP. They're grouping for the Herald. If they slow this down, Faker gets a bot tier 1. If they speed this up, Faker has to TP in and fight. They could just drop. They're dropping it. They're just dropping it completely. But Ari TP timer is great. She can just TP to bot now. Maybe she saves it. It's actually really good timing from DRX. I think she can hold it.
Faker should just be able to focus on this, though, and you can see that is exactly what he wants.
Faker
and there it is. Feats of strength going on over, and the charm is even going to miss.
Feats of strength and
they have Silas TP for this dive as well.
It off, and that's exactly what he did.
Oh my god, Carrier, that was quick. What the fuck? I don't blame Rich for that. How do you... What the fuck? You can't react to that.
Yeah, he did it.
That's a heart attack level of engage. Like, holy shit.
There's not really a cross map.
And now they're pushing into tier 2.
Faker there, he could just hijack and get away.
Wow, they're gonna get tier 2 top.
Now it's gonna be a 3,000 gold lead.
And there's nothing DRX can do in bot.
Killing.
That's a...
with their grub lead.
Still connects.
Nice
no more trades.
by Owner.
Yeah, it may
they don't get the tower. That would have broke the game open a bit.
Cease and desist does come on through. Owner will in fact cease and or desist. The living almost.
Well, they have a lot of standing gold on top now, T1. Wow, how do you react to this?
Okay, going back to this play here.
I mean, if you react to that, then you deserve to live, you know.
There's no cross map opportunity.
And if you die, I don't blame you.
Then they go for the second turret. Looked for a moment there.
Clink, and he's dead.
And actually, DRX are looking to try and pull
this
one
Doran.
back.
What?
Teddy, though, is going to take
that
the majority of his health bar. And, yeah, he's not feeling too great about it. Does get a bit of a heal as that's a great charm from
No Merc
Yucal.
treads. Oh, he buffed the ult.
Teddy
Got Teddy
flashes out
flash.
of the way
Nice
and will
flash.
be able to survive.
Not sure.
Yucal
Could have got
grabbing
one
that
shot.
kill. Big
Doubt
deal.
it.
Try
Faker
and
to be
get some
back.
more money onto
What?
the
Rich is
Ahri
ulting away from him.
as run with Faker.
Everyone's so scared.
He knows
That's aura, I guess. Faker has his Rod of Ages and 2 cooldown reduction items. He has no damage.
Yeah, like you were
You're
saying,
too much of
I
a
felt
boomer
like
to see the
gold
Roa
was
stacks.
ready to balloon.
It's in the bottom. It's
completely
here.
out of control.
And
Dom.
Instead, it was fine.
It was so safe.
You'll see it if
by
you look
that
closer.
Arrow
Bottom left.
situation.
Yeah.
He ends up dying.
So it's
but that
9
really
to
took a lot
6.
of the wind out of T1 sails on what
'Cause
could
your
have
eyes
been an
don't work.
incredible gold swing there. Up.
No shot will they
Well,
give
this
this.
turret
Fight the Drake to the death.
Where DRX are kind of focused for
Look at those
now.
MF
They
items.
do
It's
want
time to
need
fight to the death.
stop
Something here.
Yes, no TP. He's getting Cosmic
didn't
or
have
what?
teleport, so
Yeah, very does
He
manage to
gets
get also
Cosmic. They are giving Drake. I'm surprised they're giving Drake. Why aren't they fighting to the death? Look at those Ahri and Ash items.
his rod is
DRX
later,
are just
so we get more
gifted a
value
Drake.
out of the, with some additional resistances. If they
Because
keep
they want that
stacking
top
these,
tier 2 and Atakan or
Yucal's
what?
gonna love it.
Also picked
Don't know
up
if they will
just to
get that.
avoid
Let's see.
a bunch of the healing that they do have available.
Now
especially
Ahri
with
has the enemies and
Bloodthirster
Ash has
and
PD.
Silas. There is one here for DRX.
I really
but
feel
the way
like any
T1
fight
played
is
this
right
draft
now for
so
T1
far,
is
how
solid.
coordinated they are and how well they play
Also,
the map.
Silas Roa
It
is
just
about to
feels like
proc and
such
get
an
him to
even
15.
game. Like everyone
Because I often say about things
I think
written on
T1 win this
tins,
2v2, don't they?
what does it actually say on the tin? Is we're going to have to hold that
Oh,
thought.
TP.
Ona throwing Sponge
TP
out
from
of there.
Faker too, that is
Delivered
deep.
underneath the turret is slightly suboptimal, and immediately Sponge just goes down. Can they
Doran.
get the answering kill, though?
Oh, he
As Doran
lived.
is dancing away from
Faker
the
can
fight.
try and cook here,
Charm
but he is
connects on
1v2.
Faker, but he is still looking for
Conqueror
more.
stacks.
Chains go wide. Rich still at full health, and Faker may have overextended, but he's got another dash. The cavalry are coming down, but they're seen on the vision.
Charm Flash
As
could
the
work here.
Quickness dives forward, and there's the bullet time. They
Carrier
take down
dead,
the
TP from
Rakano.
Doran.
It was an awkward situation.
Was
and
that
the
how
turret
did
is also
was
going
that
to fall.
did Carrier get
Ultimately, in
charmed?
the
How did he
end,
die? Did he get
I
charmed
think
on
it
his
was
flash
just
ult?
completely even. Yeah, just
Into
one
a
for
brown
one, support
passive?
for jungle.
And Valdez didn't even learn about what
That was an
written on the
insane
tin.
Yeah, I
charm
don't even
from
know what
Yucal,
tin
if
we
that's
were
the
talking. We
case.
talked about the
Are you
Nefiri
kidding?
tin earlier, but
Yeah.
if I
Yucal
had
fucking
if I
smurfed
had
that.
like
I feel like if he doesn't hit
bill
that, they're in
for
trouble.
Manon, so to speak, like
'Cause the
big- yeah,
TP
yeah,
will
the
extend the
Korean
fight.
$10 bill for every time.
This was way too deep by SpongeBob.
Extended for a play.
In fact,
I feel like the games have been pretty even
And
though,
by
like the
then
DRX
it's like
T1
3
games. Up until
Yeah,
this
it's-
point
it's-
is normally where T1
it's
starts to
nothing.
like roll them.
So it's a lot
They're
of
going
threats.
through bot.
But they have
What
so much
ult
vision
do you
control,
take?
it's
A
really tough
Silas?
for
I guess
T1 to fight
Ahri
into
is the
this.
best, right?
Yeah, so much of this vision has already been taken away here, as they can just wait out the
Owner
Sonic
doesn't have
wave.
flash yet.
Look at how careful Teddy is positioning. He's like, I'm way back.
Yeah, and
I
he
am
needs to
nowhere
stay
near.
away from Faker, because a hijacked arrow could be a real big deal.
Exactly.
For T1 as Carrier on that flank angle, and he gets into the pit. Now it's an opportunity to
kicks
kick
Brown
out
backwards
onto
to finish.
Through Rich here, but it is
Oh,
going
they
to
got
be
it.
Faker that locks down the dragon. That's kind of crazy. Sponge
Oh,
goes in,
the
but
Q3
Rich
from
is
Aatrox.
in amongst it as well.
Do they have the damage to get
bullet
this
time
Aatrox down? I think
interrupted
T1's cooked
pretty
here.
quickly, but DRX are just kind of melting.
T1's
Finally,
mega
they
cooked
find
here.
some angles, and Rich
Faker
getting
don't have the
huge
damage, does he?
heals
Guma?
As he looks to exit, it was an even fight.
Holy fuck,
until
Guma. Oh,
then
Faker!
dives
Faker!
forward, looks for Rich,
Why has he
but
done that
doesn't
then?
get it, the infernal chains, and it's Yucal that locks down the kill. Orbit Ascension coming on through here.
Okay,
but
Guma
there's a right
complete-
click, and Gumayusi's
Guma's
able to
standing
take
there trying
down
to
the
kill everyone.
Ahri.
I like the idea from Owner to kick away, but then the extended fight is rough because you have no peel for Aatrox. Like, look at Aatrox. Look at this Q3.
Faker securing the dragon is the huge problem here, but look at Doran on top of Teddy. He has to flash away. Teddy can do nothing in this fight.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
Doran does a
Gumayusi
lot there
sitting
to
at
get
full
Teddy.
health with his Bloodthirster, just
Rich
queuing
also
on
holds the fight for a
cooldown
while.
and just tapping people.
Sick.
And still, we
That
walk
was
away with a
sick.
300 gold lead for T1.
Yeah.
If they got the
Why
dragon,
doesn't he just
DRX
kick
got the dragon, it'd be 2 dragons.
This is the second time Owner could have just kicked Endel.
And
Crazy.
It's not
He
the
wants to
kind
save
of
it for
blowout that
Atakan
we
rush.
saw last time.
Yeah, it's
Is
the
it gone?
exact same situation as game 1.
All right, well, the arrow is going to connect onto Doran.
No.
This Atakan is extraordinarily low.
They kind of
as
need to
Yucal
finish
looking
it
to
while
make his
Doran...
way
Oh,
into
Doran, that
public
was really
execution
smart.
is fantastic.
They're going to get the
Faker's gonna
GAs now.
turn up as well.
Get the
He
GAs
picks up
quick!
an arrow. Down goes Carrier
They
to
didn't
start
get
this
it. They
while
cancelled it.
Faker's
They're
not
just trying to
golden.
fight.
He's bought so much time.
What the fuck? How is
And
Faker
Rich
alive?
just cannot do enough. He's now
How
looking
is
to get
Doran
onto
alive?
in that back line, but he's
Wait,
just
why
a
didn't they just finish Atakan?
distraction. As now Rich
If they just finished
flapping
Atakan, it was a
after them, looking for
monster
bit of
play.
an
I
angle
thought
here,
that Doran and
as
Faker were
it's
diving
only
in to
Guma
stop
and
them.
Ona that are left.
Rich
I
and
thought the
Yucal
idea was
play
they
the
go
fight
in,
so
buy time.
well. Because of that, they
The
can't
Atakan
actually
gets down
continue
to like
take these
6k. I thought this
objectives.
is a free
Remember,
finish.
the Atakan is shredding some of these resistances as well.
5k
so
HP.
it's
Guma
really
just
tough
runs
for Guma to
away.
just walk forward. So he's actually
Ona
out of the
runs as
fight
well.
for a lot of this
I think they
early
should have
part.
just finished
Doran
it.
goes in super deep, and unfortunately for him, Sam isolates himself.
They would just need 4 seconds maybe. They kill it. 4K
yes,
damage.
they take out Teddy super early, so he's not going to offer much damage. But because Dorn everyone is split off from the rest, they can't actually continue to chase or follow up. So it ends up being a pretty...
But yeah, I mean look, that
this...
bullet time just didn't feel like it did quite enough as Doran
Oh my god, he got pulled back on the Aatrox chain, so the charm didn't hit.
Uses the ulti and Sponge is
oh, that's unlucky for DRX.
Down. This time, Jerry is able to keep himself alive, and Rich is trying to be the hero. But
wow, that is so unlucky for DRX.
And put down. And
Doran got. I mean, I don't think it's worth ever Vi ulting onto an Ambessa with Death Stance. But even still, if you can burst her, it works. But the charm gets pulled back on. Also, Anvil's positioning, Sponge positioning is rough. They got Baron and Atakan, and they're going to get sold. Surely, there's no way DRX can win this Drake fight. Does Teddy have LDR in base? No way he does not have LDR in base.
No, is going to stop Andal from following up. And chains are going to connect. Faker going in one more time as World Enders happening across the board.
Out. I mean, Aatrox ult being down is already GG. Like
available, I think Faker is definitely just a distraction at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, DRX are playing like they're the ones who have to withdraw.
Oh, nice dodge.
Good dash to get out of the way.
Faker, you have Zhonya's?
In the meantime, it is going to be Mountain Soul. Faker will be taken, or at least withdrawn.
And oh my god, that Vi just got taken to Narnia by Keria.
Sponge to the rest of the team, and I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I think Sponge was reminded about how his ultimate works by Keria there in that moment.
Yeah, and also reminded that the rest of his team was off killing Faker as Yukao going to be dashing away
can
from
chase him forever.
You mean withdrawing Faker?
Yes, there we go. They were withdrawing Faker. Doran is going to try and ult, but does not quite manage to do so. Gumayusi just going to get them out of there.
He's just going to chase her forever.
Is continuing to chase Yukao as much as he possibly can, while the rest
Faker
of his
TP in the base.
are looking to win the game. Faker has popped back up again, and he is just going to teleport to this mid lane. Ultimate from Andal, not going to do too much.
Oh, nice cleanse by Teddy.
That is no worries at all. Going golden as the rest of these Nexus turrets
well played by T1.
T1
looked tough. I mean, DRX against DNF, they played really well, DRX. So it didn't look like they were that weak. But it did take T1 a while to get the game over, to get the cleanness there.
Just one.
That was good.
All you need.